Hey everybody, this is Ruben Lowing. It's Friday evening here in Cypress, Texas. Okay, so I had a couple presentations today. I got another one coming up. Um, you know, got people. There's interest, but they didn't pull the trigger yet. One guy said, "Yeah, maybe in a couple weeks." And so that's promising. Um, they're all like young single guys. Maybe that's why, right? So anyway, throughout the day today and things we made me think of something. The when I was fighting for Roy Jones Sr., I lost 10 of my first 12 fights, and before I started winning fights. But then I started winning a bunch of fights. I actually won the Northwest Florida Golden Gloves, stopped the guy in the second round in the finals, and I was supposed to fight somebody else, and their trainers were worried about me, so they did some gerrymandering, got the guy to fight at a novice division. He beat one of my sparring partners, and we were supposed to fight, and he didn't show up. So I made weight and everything, and then I'm having a hot dog and a soda, and Roy Sr. comes up and goes, "Hey, this other guy, he didn't get a fight either. He's a little bigger than you. He's 152 pounds, but he barely beat that welterweight that you beat over there in Mississippi." And so I couldn't say no. So I get in there, and I had a jacked up strategy. I hit the guy with body shots real hard, and then I wrapped him up in a clinch, and the referee gave me an 8 count. And then I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I did it again, and he gave me a 8 count, and he stopped the fight. And the referee told me he just didn't like the size difference. That's the only reason he stopped the fight. And I was like, oh, I was upset about that. I didn't come to training for like 3 days. I go to the gym, and Roy Senior's like calls me in his office. And goes, yeah, losing's hard. Nobody likes losing, but you can't go doing what you did. You can't just go like, we were worried about you. So I'm not going to fire you, but I'm not going to pay you any mind either. These other guys, they need sparring, and you're going to be the meat. Oh, I didn't like that. And I got to training, and I'm like, I wasn't going to quit on him. Boy, I wasn't going to give him that satisfaction. But and I started hitting heavy bag. And the sound and the feel of my punches hitting that bag was like a cheering section to me, right? And after 5 rounds on the heavy bag, I went up to Roy Sr. and said, "You tell you what, you put them boys in there with me, you better tell them to bring it, because I'm bringing it." Right? And that's how it was, man. And it was it was very interesting. It caused me to step it up, right? And it's that's what's got you got to have that. I've been talking about how in John Evans-Zini's book, The Breaking the Power of Debt, it's like there's 2 books, and then Rapid Debt Reduction Strategies. Breaking the Power of Debt's all about that strong internal commitment and to get out of debt, tap it into the supernatural, and to make it happen, and make that hard, heartfelt commitment. And then Rapid Debt Reduction Strategy is only a debt roll-up strategy, and techniques on negotiating with your creditors. That's it. Well, but that heart commitment, that hard, like, I'm doing this, come hell or high water. Ain't nobody's gonna stop me. If you try, you better look out, right? Because you're not, I'm set here, right? And you gotta, now the trick is to be grab that attitude without being hostile, okay? And what I've figured out, we're just up against the subconscious programming. We're just up against it's in my subconscious programming to push harder and to fight harder. And it's the only way I ever made it in my life in anything. Okay. And so it's hard not to push people over. But I gotta know, you know what? The winners are gonna show themselves to me. Right? And then that subconscious is still gonna have a little chatter in the background. But there's certain things, man, you can show them. When you show somebody how they can be a millionaire before they die, or even like at 57 years old, all right, and how doable it is, that's huge, right? That goes. So what happens? What you have to do with the subconscious? Your subconscious is designed to protect you, and you got to show people by doing what you're doing, staying where you're at, all right, versus trying something. Even if you fail, you're no worse off than you're where you're sitting right now, doing nothing. Then your subconscious mind looks at doing nothing as the danger zone, and it has to protect you from that. So it starts working in your favor, okay, and getting the person to move in your direction, okay. So that's what we have to do. I know some people that are amazing at it, right? And I'm thinking about how they, I'm thinking of right now. I've seen her do it, and she's phenomenal at just talking about how general things like sitting in traffic on the way to work every day in the same route, and how that that does it, right? And then where you get a flat tire, and then you got to get a got to get put it on the credit card because you didn't have it in your budget. And she's putting that stuff out. I mean, who wants to live like that, right? And um, and that's how people are living, right? So that is how we have to fight this battle. Okay. All right. Have a great Friday.